Just take a look at this. Notice Gusto's finally secured their first win of the season as Enzo Maresca's side defeated David Moyes' West Ham in a thrilling 5-1 victory. The goals came from Pedro, Neto, Enzo, Caicedo, and Chalobah, showcasing a dominant display from the Blues. Now, let's dive into the full tactical breakdown of this match. And if you haven't already, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more analysis. Chelsea under Enzo Maresca set up in a 4-2-3-1, with Estevão stepping in for Cole Palmer. On the other hand, Graham Potter's West Ham went with a 3-4-1-2, which essentially shifted into a 5-3-2, with Lucas Paquetá operating as the advanced midfielder. In the build-up, Chelsea shifted from their 4-2-3-1 shape into a 3-1-3-3 structure. The back three consisted of Cucurella, Tosin, and Chalobah, with Caicedo holding as the lone midfielder. Enzo pushed into the left channel, Estevão operated on the right, while João Pedro occupied the central space. Malo Gusto advanced from right back to provide width, joining Delap and Pedro Neto to form a front three. When Chelsea attempted to build out from the back, Graham Potter's West Ham pressed aggressively. At times it was Bowen and Nicholas Füllkrug, and other times Paquetá alongside Füllkrug, stepping up to close down Caicedo, the lone pivot, in order to cut off passing lanes into him. Their plan was clear: force Chelsea long while also man-marking Enzo, João Pedro, and Estevão. To counter this, Chelsea adapted by having their midfield drop deeper, forming a diamond shape around Caicedo. This gave them a numerical advantage in the middle, created additional passing lanes from defense into midfield, and simultaneously lured more West Ham players higher up the pitch. This then opened opportunities for long balls into Neto, Delap, or Malo Gusto. As you can see in this example, Chalobah is on the ball while Caicedo is already under pressure from Paquetá and Füllkrug. Estevão reacts by dropping deeper and wider, making himself available to receive from Chalobah and carry Chelsea higher up the pitch. In certain situations, Chelsea's goalkeeper steps up alongside the defensive line, turning the back three into a temporary back four. This widens the defensive shape, forcing West Ham's pressing structure to stretch horizontally and lose its compactness. The result is gaps opening up in central areas and along the channels, giving Chelsea opportunities to play line-breaking passes and even set up artificial counterattacks, since West Ham commit more players forward when pressing in this way. For example, in this sequence, Sanchez has the ball at his feet. Chalobah positions himself very wide, while he and Tosin act as the two central defenders, with Cucurella pushed high and wide. This positioning drags the pressing of Lucas Paquetá and Callum Wilson wider than they would like, leaving spaces in the middle. To maximize this, Caicedo drifts out wide, pulling his marker Tomasz Soucek with him and creating a pocket of space in midfield. João Pedro then drops deep into that vacuum, receives directly from Sanchez, and in a single move, Chelsea transition into a 4-versus-4 situation against West Ham's backline. Once Chelsea advanced into the final third, their structure became far more fluid. The player operating in the half space was given the freedom to rotate. For example, Enzo might drift into the right channel while Estevão swapped over to the opposite side. This constant interchange served two main purposes. First, it unsettled West Ham's defensive line by forcing their markers into uncomfortable positions, and second, it created gaps that other Chelsea attackers could exploit with late runs or quick combinations. Meanwhile, the wide players, Malo Gusto on the right and Pedro Neto on the left, maintained their width consistently. By holding these wide positions, they stretched West Ham's backline horizontally, ensuring that pockets of space opened up between defenders for Chelsea's interior players to attack. Cucurella was also given license to advance from his deeper role. At times, he overlapped into the channel to provide an extra runner, either whipping in across from deep or cutting the ball back into the path of a late-arriving midfielder such as Enzo or João Pedro. These overlapping movements added another layer of unpredictability to Chelsea's attack, as defenders had to constantly decide whether to track Cucurella, stay compact, or step up on the ball carrier. Additionally, this rotation in the half spaces combined with overlapping fullbacks often created triangle passing patterns around West Ham's wingbacks, By dragging West Ham's midfield out of shape, Chelsea were able to progress the ball quickly into central areas or isolate Neto and Gusto in 1-versus-1 situations, which was a key part of their chance creation. Chelsea put on an impressive performance away from home in what turned out to be a goal-filled encounter. Hopefully, we'll see the same level of attacking football when they face Fulham. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.